The OKX case, crypto regulation under Trump's administration. $1 trillion in transactions, $5 billion in suspicious activity, and a $504 million penalty. This is the story of how one of the world's largest crypto exchanges got caught breaking the rules. In February 2025, cryptocurrency exchange OKX pleaded guilty to serious financial crimes. But this case isn't just about one company. It reveals the future of crypto regulation in America. By the end of this video, you'll understand what happened with OKX, why it matters, and most importantly, what it means for the future of your crypto investments under the Trump administration, including the surprising executive order that changed everything. The OKX case breakdown. Let's start with the basics. OKX, formerly known as OKEX, is a massive cryptocurrency exchange based in Seychelles. We're talking about $5.5 billion in daily spot trading volume and $40 billion in derivatives. That makes it one of the largest crypto exchanges in the world. But on February 24, 2025, OKX's world changed when they stood in a Manhattan courtroom and admitted guilt to operating an unlicensed money-transmitting business. The violations were serious and systematic. For 7 years, from 2017 to 2024, OKX failed to register with FinCEN. That's the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, even though they knew it was required by U.S. law. But that's just the beginning. What makes this case particularly interesting is how deliberate their actions were. On paper, OKX had policies prohibiting U.S. customers from using their platform. But in reality, they actively pursued American investors. Their employees even coached customers on how to break the rules. In one example, an OKX employee told a U.S. customer, "I know you're in the U.S., but you could just put a random country and it should go through." The numbers are staggering. Between 2018 and 2024, U.S. customers conducted over $1 trillion worth of transactions on OKX. One single U.S. institutional customer alone moved $1.2 trillion through the platform. The price tag for these violations? $504 million. That breaks down to $423 million in criminal forfeitures and $84.4 million in criminal fines. And that's after a 25% reduction for cooperating with investigators. Unlike the Binance case from last year, no OKX executives are going to jail. Instead, a Hong Kong-based secretary named Christina Deng entered the guilty plea, simply stating, "We deeply regret not securing the proper licensing." Money laundering vulnerabilities. Now let's look at why regulators came down so hard on OKX. The most serious issue was their approach to anti-money laundering controls, or really their lack of them. OKX failed to use standard software that would flag suspicious transactions. Until late 2022, new customers could register accounts, deposit crypto, and start trading without providing any identifying information. As acting U.S. Attorney Matthew Podolsky put it, for over 7 years, OKX knowingly violated anti-money laundering laws and avoided implementing required policies to prevent criminals from abusing our financial system. As a result, OKX was used to facilitate over $5 billion worth of suspicious transactions in criminal proceeds. FBI Assistant Director James Dennehy was even more direct. For years, OKX flagrantly violated U.S. law, actively seeking customers in the United States, including here in New York, and even going so far as to advise individuals to provide false information to circumvent requisite procedures. But here's where things get interesting. This massive crackdown happened at the exact same time Trump's administration was making crypto more friendly. Let me explain this apparent contradiction. Trump's crypto policy shift. On January 23, 2025, just a month before the OKX guilty plea, President Trump signed an executive order called Strengthening American Leadership in Digital Financial Technology. This order did several key things. It revoked Biden's previous crypto executive order. It established a policy supporting responsible growth and use of digital assets. It created a presidential working group on digital assets. And it appointed David Sachs as crypto and AI czar. Then on March 6th, Trump went even further with another executive order establishing the strategic Bitcoin reserve in United States digital asset stockpile. This created Treasury offices to maintain custody of cryptocurrencies obtained through legal proceedings and develop strategies for acquiring more digital assets. The SEC also made major moves. They created a dedicated crypto task force chaired by Commissioner Hester Pierce. They ended investigations into Robinhood's crypto business and OpenSea. They dismissed charges against Coinbase. And they issued a statement that memcoins would not be considered securities subject to SEC oversight. That February 27th statement specifically declared, transactions in the types of meme coins described in this statement do not involve the offer and sale of securities under the federal securities laws, and that neither meme coin purchasers nor holders are protected by the federal securities laws. On April 10th, President Trump signed legislation nullifying an IRS rule that had expanded the definition of a broker to include decentralized cryptocurrency exchanges. The crypto industry had fought hard against this rule, arguing it was impractical for DeFi platforms that don't function as intermediaries. Analysis and implications. What does all this mean? How do we make sense of an administration that's clearly pro-crypto, but still brought one of the biggest enforcement actions ever against a crypto exchange? What we're seeing is a balancing act. The Trump administration appears to be drawing a clear line. Innovation and growth in crypto? Good. Money laundering and dodging basic financial safeguards? Still bad. This is a pretty significant shift from the previous regulatory approach. Instead of treating the entire crypto industry as suspicious, regulators are focusing enforcement on clear violations of anti-money laundering laws. There are 4 key lessons here for crypto businesses. First, U.S. regulatory reach is global. Even if you're based in Seychelles, you can't escape U.S. jurisdiction if you serve American customers. Second, having policies on paper means nothing if you don't enforce them. OKX officially banned U.S. customers, but actively helped them circumvent those restrictions. Third, KYC and AML compliance must be comprehensive from day one. The longer you wait, the bigger the potential penalty. And fourth, corporate culture matters. When employees feel comfortable telling customers how to break rules, that reflects a top-down problem. Conclusion. Let's wrap this up. The OKX case shows us that despite Trump's generally pro-crypto stance, basic financial regulations, particularly those related to money laundering, remain firmly in place. What this really reveals is that crypto's future isn't about zero regulation or total crackdown. It's about finding a balance that protects consumers while allowing innovation to flourish. If you found this analysis helpful, hit subscribe for more crypto policy insights. I break down complex cases like this every week to help you navigate the changing landscape. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on Trump's crypto approach. Is it the right balance or not enough protection? I read all comments and will respond to the most thoughtful ones. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.